Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Wahpeton Deli and Eatery, serving delicious deli staples paired with great service and friendly staff. They use the best ingredients and provide a great atmosphere. If you have an office party or an at-home celebration, Wahpeton Deli and Eatery can help with your next event. And now you can order online for in-store pickup. Check it out at wahpetondeliandeatery.com or call 642-3639.
In this place, we see potential like nowhere else. Here, vision is boundless. That's why we never settle. We look for the moments when everything becomes possible. The moments that inspire us to make every day better. In this place, there's no such thing as good. There's only great. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
Every business begins with an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAND are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
Smith Motors in Wahpeton, we make sure that when you need a vehicle, we'll find the perfect one that matches your lifestyle and budget. Like the eye-catching Chevy Equinox, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hard-working GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive buying experience. From low-pressure sales to high-quality service, our customers always come first. Find your new Chevrolet or GMC today at Smith Motors. Small-town friendly, big-town deals.
Yield Advantage is proud to support our local Twin Town teams. They'd like to remind farmers that the Yield Advantage team is ready to help you get the W next planting season. They can help get your equipment in game shape with upgrades large and small. Yield Advantage is your local precision planting premier dealer. From row cleaners to closing wheels, seed meters to liquid fertilizer systems, and everything in between. If you want to give yourself a competitive edge next season, contact Yield Advantage today.
Abby Johnson with the home run just about to straight away center field.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Three Borders Sports Network and the Giants Coaches Show, presented by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. Welcome, everybody, to Three Borders Sports in our studio here, the Man Cave. And I am Joe Schreiner, and he is Brian Watson.
Are you okay with the countdown?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I didn't even need to do
Ralph
it.
liked it.
I didn't even need to do it. Like,
Why didn't you need to do it?
Because you guys, I could just look at you and you'd be like, okay, we must be time to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Can you mind read? I can't mind read, but
You know, like
I
you
thought
know,
he was faking it.
I did too. I wasn't
No.
sure there at first.
if we were playing basketball and I was like the point guard, you know, there's communication without knowing. You know, I can look at you and I know what you're going to do, that type of thing.
Oh, that type of thing.
Yeah.
We're at that
Just
level
start the
now?
show. Just start the
It's
show.
only been 4 years.
I know, but I'm just saying you should know.
All right, welcome everybody to the Giants
I
Coach
don't
Show
know.
once again, and we're joined now by head coach of the Wahpeton Husky boys golf team, and that is Jeff Ralph. Jeff, thanks for joining us. Thanks for putting up with Brian, and appreciate you being here.
Yeah, I enjoy the comedy.
Yep.
The-
And
10,
it
12
starts
minutes
right when you
before.
walk in
Yep.
too. I mean,
Yep.
it just goes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, everything's working today.
Yeah, so far.
So far,
Yeah.
that's what I said. I said something's going to happen. I don't know what it's going to be, but something's going to go wrong. Either when he's here or just when he gets ready to leave. Because that's what it is. It's like
That's
a black
usually what it
cloud.
is.
Yeah. Well,
All right, since we last talked to Jeff, they made a South Dakota swing, so we're going to quick talk about that, and then also they headed up to Grand Forks early this morning, and the boys had a good day up there, in my opinion. But let's talk about the South Dakota swing first. Weather was rough. It just was not a fun time, I'm sure.
That was the most awful golf to play in. I mean, credit to the kids for just gutting it out, and
Yeah.
and every kid. I mean, there's 66 kids playing golf, and nobody walked off. I mean, Thursday at Madison, and you know the people there are great to let us come, and
Yeah.
you know, and
It was all EDC teams.
all
correct?
it was in it was an EDC meet.
Yep.
You know, and we get going, and it was, I mean, if you see kids golfing with their hood up and tied like a little kid out at recess, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, you know it's cold, and it was tough, and you know the Madison girls golf are coming out for practice, and they're like, "What are you guys doing here?" "Well, we have a tournament." "You're playing today?" I mean, it was tough.
that brutal.
But I really proud of my kids for gutting it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the scores weren't great, but you know, it was our first tournament, and you know,
Yeah, the first
Bjarne-
one was in Madison, the second one
Yep.
was down in Harrisburg,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
You know, and we shot a 414. The scores were really high. I mean, it wasn't like we were up 30 shots and everybody else stayed the same. I mean, I think the low individual score that day was 79.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, it was just a tough day, and you know, I think it was just a matter of really just fighting through and getting done, and then you know, Spring Creek was the same thing, but it ended up, you know, the wind was still howling from the west northwest at about 30 and gusting, but the sun was out, so that made it a little more manageable, and you know, we managed to shoot a 372, not great again, but just.
But you improved quite a bit.
We,
I mean,
we
that's
did,
almost
yeah.
30
You know,
shots,
we had two
40.
90s with Bjorn and Brennan, Aiden Bone a 95, Wyatt Stav at a 97, and
In that weather.
in that weather, it was tough. I mean, there's some of the shots you see with the wind, just you know how much you put a little spin on it, and then the wind gets it and it goes crazy. But you know, I was pretty happy with how we played there too, and you know, I think the sun made it a little more manageable, and you know, I think we were looking for a day like today now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a day where you could stand up straight and
Not lean into the wind. No.
and just hit a golf shot. But I really think it was, you know, it was a matter of just some perseverance down in South Dakota, and you know, we get back and practice on Monday, and it wasn't great. Monday and Tuesday yesterday wasn't great. It was windy, and then to be able to go up to Kings Walk today, which if it's windy, it's tough. And it wasn't windy, and it was,
Beautiful
you know,
day
a
for that,
manageable 40 degrees when we started, and got up to 60 by the time we were done. So really a nice day, and I think our scores reflected it. I mean, Red River 296, 8 over as a team. They're a powerhouse. I mean, they're just loaded. But
8 over as a team when you count 6 scores. That's just an average.
about 4 scores.
Oh man.
Count 4. So that's 2, but they're they're solid. But our kids, you know what? Michael Peterson, 77.
How about that?
You know, and he's had a rough go. he's been pretty disappointed with his game, and I'm really pleased because I see the shots in Michael. I see him. He has the game. It's just a matter of putting it together, and he did today. Ended up tied for
sophomore, right?
ninth. Sophomore.
Yeah.
Yep. We had a kid in the top 10.
Yeah.
It's been a while since
Yeah.
we've had a kid in the top 10. Bjorn maybe once last year, but top 10. He's one over in the back and makes a big birdie on 10 from about 200 out, stuck it to about 5 feet.
Wow.
And then bogey the last two, shoots a 37, and then a 40 on the front. Had 6 pars, and really, just didn't have that big blow up hole like he had down in South Dakota. And just to see his demeanor and how his reactions on the golf course, it was pretty fun to watch him play golf today. And
That's good.
just solid on the golf course, and he can do that. So I think that's big going. Unfortunately, this was not a state qualifier meet. We had actually the golf coaches petitioned NDHSA through the advisory to get every tournament to be a qualifier if you shoot the score, and they turned that down. And I think it would end up being maybe 5 or 6 kids all that would qualify outside of that anyway. So I mean, why not get? There's only probably 75 kids at state anyway. So if it's 85, what's the difference? You still get done at 2:30 in the afternoon anyway. So but hopefully one day we'll get that passed. I know we're pushing hard on it. So then we had Bjorn with an 80, 43 on the front, had 2 doubles, goes to the back, and he's he's 1 under through 3 holes, and had a couple bogeys there and ends up with an 80, but just solid for Bjorn. That's kind of the game we're expecting from Bjorn, and the conditions were tough at Village, and then they were tough last week in South Dakota, and to see him, he's a great ball striker, hits the ball a mile off the tee, and got some stuff to go around the greens. A little course management decision maybe on number 9 today. He's maybe wishing he wouldn't have made a decision to go for the green in 2, but I think that's something he'll take. We'll be back there for regional, so I think he'll take that and learn from it. And just a good round from Bjorn. And really, if we can get an 80 and a 77, you're going to put up a good score.
Yeah, you are.
And then, Brennan Ritter comes through with an 83. And, I just thought he played solid all the way around. Shot a 40 on the front, 4 bogeys, which, again, you look at his scorecard in South Dakota, and he'll have a bunch of bogeys, and then there's a triple or a quad. I mean, he didn't have that today. And then he had 2 rough holes on the back, but other than that, he had 5 pars, so solid 83. Just, another kid who kind of just getting his feet wet in varsity and really played great today. And then Aiden Bone, we've been waiting for Aiden. I mean, the game is there. He puts the time in. And goes out in 42 on the front, had four pars and a birdie, nice 44 in the back, 86. Just a good round for him, and I think a round that he can build upon. That maybe that confidence builder that, hey, I can shoot in the mid 80s, and I think that'd be a good place for him to be. If he can shoot 85 or 86 and kind of, again, eliminate the big numbers, and he had 1 today, but other than that, he was just solid all the way around. Then we had Garnett, had 3 pars today, had a 96. Whitestaff had 2 pars, had a 102, kind of had a couple tough holes, but I'm thinking they were all just happy to be playing and standing straight up instead of leaning in the wind and not freezing. So just a good day for our golf team, and I think everybody really played
Where'd the
well.
team finish as a whole?
Tied for 7th. We've been 10th every time, and tied for 7th. Take 1 shot away, we're in 7th, and then 3 more shots, we're in 6th.
So is that close to 6th?
And 6th is where we're trying to get to. I think after a few meets, Red River's kind of a lock for first. Although Davies and Cheyenne are right there, maybe even Fargo North, but. I think they're top, and then there's going to be a middle group, and then I think that 6th spot, could be. You're looking at us, South, Shanley. There's an opportunity anyway, and we're going to have to play well. You go back in the end of May for the region tournament, and everybody's going to be in mid-season form by then. So. You know, I wonder if like 323 today was sixth. Is 323 going to be good enough? You know, if it's a calm day, it might be 315.
Yeah, it
will
might be.
good enough to get sixth. So
Yeah.
a tough league, but you know, if we can shoot like today that 326, we're going to get somebody qualified anyway. So there's always that there for us, but I think it's within reach.
Let me ask you this, Jeff, and I want to compare things. And you as a basketball coach, now the guys just had a nice round here today. They know they can do those double digits and no more 100 triple digits. What I'm trying to say is, you as a basketball coach, I see Jack over there as a baseball coach. You know, when that guy starts hitting the three and he consistently getting it and he feels it, or that guy keeps getting the hits, you know, like on a baseball team, and he keeps getting hit after hit, and you know, he's batting 600 there for a while and in that stretch and got it. He's feeling the groove. Are the boys in the groove? Are they there now?
Well,
Or what is it going to take to keep them there?
well, that's a good question.
Okay, and I knew there was a tough
Yeah.
answer.
You know, if it was next Tuesday, I would say we're in the groove because, you know, now we're going to have 5 days off before we play again. We don't play till next Tuesday, but
Okay.
I feel like, I just feel like today was something we needed.
Yeah.
Practice has been tough because it's been so windy and so wet and cold. And we got a little bit in yesterday, which I thought was good, but I think this could put us into the groove. You know, tomorrow's practice is going to be essentially a par 3 practice. We're going to go out and hit shots from 100 and in and just keep fine-tuning that piece of it, because that's what gets you in the groove.
Yep.
You know, you got to get that drive in the fairway, but you got to be able to get up and down.
Yep.
And, you know, you miss the fairway and you hit it up by the green and then you hit it on, and you don't get close enough to make that putt, well, you're always dropping a shot. And that's something we're really going to work on here now until we get to the DL Country Club on Tuesday, which is a qualifier. So, you know, I hope this puts us on, gets us going on that roll, because we're Tuesday there. Then we got the Fargo North Invite Friday, Saturday at Edgewood, which is a great golf course. You know, then it's Rose Creek, which is the other qualifier. So, you know, hopefully we're on that roll for these.
So
these
the
next
first
few
qualifier
tournaments.
will be Tuesday over at Detroit Lakes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then we got Rose Creek another try to qualify as an individual, and then of course at the regional if you get top 10 or shoot a 79. So but there are some opportunities there, and I think we saw today we're certainly capable of doing that.
Well, we were just looking at the weather for tomorrow, and I think it's going to be a little windy tomorrow too. So I think the sun's supposed to be out, but I think it's just supposed to be windy.
Yep.
So.
And that's kind of why I thought let's go hit those tight shots from 100.
Yeah,
and
there you go.
And you know, and don't have to chase the ball all over if you're off the fairway. But we would need to work on that part of our game. You know, talking with Michael, he said, I'm hitting the ball great going into today. I'm hitting the ball great, but I can't hit the green from 50 yards. You know, and then today he was on it, and I think
good for him.
You know, he needs that. You know, we saw it from Bjorn. Bjorn hit a great shot on 14. You know, backed it up to about 3 feet and knocked it in for par. Same thing on 18. I think he had about 80 in and just hit it 16 feet by the hole and zipped it right back and had a tap in, you know, for par there. So just, I mean, the game is there. It's just a matter of exactly what you said, getting on a roll.
Yeah. Well, and that's what keeps bringing you back when you do get on that roll, and that's why Watson does it. You know, he'll hit that hole in one every once in a while, and then he just keeps going back for more.
Can we not talk about a hole in one, please?
I don't have a hole in one, and my dad has like 2.
Does he?
So I don't like to talk about that.
I have one.
You have a hole in one?
I have a hole in
now, just to shut her down right now.
I have. Can you believe that? Honest to God.
I don't believe it, but okay.
I do, though.
I do have a question for Jeff, though.
Yes, please.
Or comment, I guess.
All right, go ahead.
Do you think, you know, after a couple guys shooting above 100 and then now being able to break 100 and playing well and having certain things happen during their round that could have, you know, equaled a lower score, do you think that changes the way they'll play here going forward?
I hope it changes their approach.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something we talked about on the bus. You know, first person I asked was Michael. He had the best score. Michael, did you leave any shots out there? Yes. And he mentioned a shot where I ended up making a bogey, and he said I should have had a par. I was right there, and when you have that mindset, and then when we were finished, okay, what does that mean? And one of the boys said, we can play better, and I like that. I mean, I just think that's going to be. That's the difference between when we went to South Dakota and we go, oh boy, we don't even have a chance.
It matters more.
Yep.
When you're just not having a good round and you hit a shot and you're like, oh, whatever. But when you have a good score going and then you hit that shot, you're like, oh. Yep. Or you try something that you shouldn't try. The odds aren't with you, and then you end up not having a very good score on that hole.
Yeah.
Your decision making is just different.
Yep.
So I think going forward that might help a little bit. You might see a little more consistency.
We talked about Bjorn on number 9, where he went for it in 2.
Yeah.
Now that he's got that knowledge now,
Right.
That's really not a great shot.
Right.
That you need to get closer, and you have more pinpoint actually with your irons, and
Yeah.
and that's something you got to learn, because that's the course.
And that's where the regions are.
That's where the region is. So that's another opportunity, and that's you should be in playing your best golf at that time. So I think they will be. I think they're the excitement. We stayed there in 8 after, and the way they're talking, and the excitement on the bus on the way home it's just pretty fun to see, and the demeanor change with playing really well.
Anxious to see how they do next week. So
and a totally different course, tight course. Smaller greens, elevated greens. It's a different kind of a game, but we chose that course because it's a little shorter, and if you're on your game, you can really play well. So that's why we chose that course as an individual qualifier. So hopefully it works out for us.
All right, that's Jeff Ralph, boys golf coach for the Wahpeton Huskies, and thanks again for coming in, Jeff.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
All right, Jack Heideman's sitting in the wings over here. He'll be up next to talk some Cowboy baseball right back after this message from Three Borders Sports Network.
A local insurance team ready to serve you. American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates, providing home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance. As residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you, their trusted friends and neighbors. Together, they're building strong partnerships that help everyone succeed. American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
And we hope to see you at American Family Insurance, Miller Associates.
Since 1941, Minn Kota Ag Products has been helping farmers with their agricultural needs. The farming industry has expanded at great lengths, and Minn Kota Ag Products is there to provide farmers with their entire chemical, fertilizer, seed, and grain elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage, chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. For market access at your fingertips and information essential to your farm operation, download the Minn Kota Ag Products app. Minn Kota Ag Products, proud to be a partner in your farm operation since 1941.
20 years of experience, Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pediatrics and pregnancy, seeing children of all ages daily. Start your pregnancy out right with a correcting postural adjustment to help with daily activities and also give you a better night's sleep. Continued chiropractic care throughout your pregnancy can potentially help for an easier labor and delivery of your new little one. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic today at 701-672-1300 for an appointment, or request an appointment online at hornsteinfamilychiropractic.com. Dr. Andrea Hornstein, helping your family grow up healthy.
You were looking at your phone there.
I was looking to see if I had any other messages from any other coaches.
See, that's where just...
I didn't make eye contact.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I had the music going. I thought you were going to look at me and be like, okay, here we go.
So you're the point guard?
You see me pushing buttons over here.
Okay.
You're open. I'm trying to get a little assist.
So
I'm dropping dimes over here.
I am the power forward?
Well, if you want to be the power forward, I guess you can be. I mean... You don't have the size to be a power forward, but I'd probably play you at the 3, I guess. Okay. Can you shoot?
So you got to shoot a little bit.
Right? You used. Well, that doesn't help me now.
No, not now.
I need somebody who can shoot now.
Yeah, no.
Well, we'll work on it.
Andrew says he can do it for you.
Yeah, well, he can shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
He'd be a 2, though, because He's a little too small to be a 3.
What about Jack? He's pretty lanky.
He could be a 3.
I'll play some defense. That's all I got.
He can play some D too. So yeah, I'm
play
okay
City
with that.
League, don't you?
Couple games here and there when they need me.
Oh, okay.
Just a replacement player.
I used to do that, and then no.
Speaking of that, we need
My
to
body won't let me do it.
congratulate Jordan Christensen.
Did they win it?
No.
Oh,
they
yeah,
had a
yeah,
baby.
yeah, he did. I don't know how that
Congratulations.
related to City League, but okay.
Well, I know Jordan, when he'd come in here, he'd just come from City League.
Okay, I got you.
And that just kind of made me think of that.
I got you.
Jordan and Hannah, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Grandma Courtney.
Right? I can call her grandma. Yeah. How about that?
Congratulations.
There we go.
Is he back at work yet?
Not yet. No. Took the week off. So.
Did he?
You better take more than a week
He
off.
should take as much time as he needs.
Yeah, he should.
He should enjoy that time off for sure.
Well, let's get to Cowboy baseball, and we got Jack Heidemann, head coach here, and Jack, it's been a different spring. Sometimes the weather's okay, sometimes the weather's not so okay. So how are things going here so far for the spring for the Cowboys?
I mean, it's been going okay. Practice-wise, yeah, we've had to bounce around a little bit with some weather and some rain
inside,
and things
outside,
like that. Yeah, the back and forth game a little bit, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, this is probably the most I've practiced. Like, just the kids are willing to stay after and do more things. So from that side of things, I mean, practice has been going really well. Obviously, there's a lot for us to work on. There's definitely, I mean, in baseball, there's always the individual stuff. The fundamentals, the ground balls, pitching mechanics, and swings and things like that. So, but a lot of times it's like during practice, we're getting our teamwork in, things like this.
Yeah.
But when you want to fine-tune all those little things, after practice, a lot of time to do that. And I mean, even today, I had guys there till 6:30, just on their own, wanting to get more cuts in, wanting to work on ground balls. So a lot of guys are really taking it upon themselves to put in extra time to make improvements and get better. So that's been great, and that's been a large chunk of kids. So I'm really happy from that side of things.
We were able to watch one of your games and broadcast one of your games so far, and I think we got the next one against Perham is our next broadcast with you, and I'm impressed. Again, the guys, you don't have a senior on the squad, and the youngsters that you've got out there, and I guess I think of your catcher Connor Ernst right away. For a freshman back behind the plate, and I don't know if you call the pitches or if he's calling the game himself.
Yeah, I give it most to him. I'll call him situationally if I want something, but for the most part, I give it up to him and
He's
the pitcher.
He's picking it up pretty good, I'm telling you. For a freshman, he's doing all right.
And we were working on a couple things. I mean, just framing pitches and catching, he's come a long way. He's done a little better. The next thing is just working on blocking pitches a little bit better. We worked on that in practice a lot yesterday. And so what he's been really good about is, we're struggling with something, we work on in practice, he can immediately take that into a game and start doing it the correct way. I mean, as a coach, one of the hardest things, I guess, is when you're trying to work on things and it's just like, we're not getting it right. We're doing it every day. It's not sinking in. So one of the great things about Connor is how coachable he is, because once we work on something, he usually can pick it up pretty quick, which makes, him a better player, but makes my life easier as well.
I guess I was impressed with the game that we did with him, and there was a few pass balls that happened, but it happens
for sure.
And I take a look around the rest of the infield. You got Gavin Hofford out there, and another youngster that, he's at the hot spot there at shortstop, and he gets a lot of tough ground balls there too, but doing pretty good.
Yeah, all of our infielders have done a pretty good job. Of course, there's more plays to be made, but as the season goes on, and they are putting in the work. So those improvements are going to come, and I know there's room to grow. But I'm pretty happy with at least our baseline level is better than it has been a year ago. A lot of those same guys, they're a leg up from where they used to be, and so as we continue to grow and practice, and the season goes on, I think we're going to continue to make strides.
And pitching is still hanging in there. You got Trey Vogelbacher and Jackson Riggs pitched the other day for you too as well. Gave you some good innings.
Yeah, he has a couple. He threw against WAP and he threw against Uppsala. We played last Monday as well, and he's done pretty good. He doesn't get hit very hard, Jackson, when he throws. His issue is just sometimes a little wilder on the zone. So he gives up a few too many walks, a few too many free passes, but when he's around the zone, his batting average against, I was looking at the stats the other day, is like in the 100s. It's super low. So as long as, and this goes for our pitching staff as a whole, as long as we can just limit, we're just walking too many people. We did against Pelican, did against Uppsala. It was this, Groundhog's Day against Wahpeton. We walked 10 guys there too. A couple of those intentional to Jaden King. Didn't want to let him beat up on us too bad. But we're just putting too many free guys on. And then that puts pressure on defense. And then one play here or there, and that's kind of allowed things to get away from us a little bit. We've been pretty susceptible. most of the game we've been okay, but we've been susceptible to that big inning. That's been kind of hard to come back from. And every time that's that big inning, usually it's compounded with walks. So if we can take care of the walk issue a little bit, we got some fundamental work to work on there. I think it'll go a long ways to helping us win ball games.
It was interesting, but before we go too far here, I gotta throw out a shout out to Big Coop, and Cooper Roberts got his home run, and I'm assuming it's his first varsity home run.
Yep, it is. He played varsity last year as a freshman for us. Struggled a little bit at the plate, but that's a tough transition. And this year, he worked really hard in the gym in the early weeks there of the season, working on his swing a little bit. He had a couple things, and he worked really hard to correct it. And so far at the plate this year, I mean, his approach is good. Yep. He's been barreling balls. So, I mean, in practice he hits hard, so it was good to see him. I mean, that thing was a no-doubter. So, it was a little bit of wind, but off the bat it was like, yep, that thing's gone. So that was, he hit that. That was great to see. Yep.
Yeah, good for him. And all right, so what do you got coming up next now? You said you got a game tomorrow, you said, I think.
Yep, right? we travel to Holly for another conference doubleheader there. Okay. So that'll be, those are ones that, I mean, Holly's a pretty competitive team. They are most years. They're a pretty good baseball program. Their coach, Bo Lofgren, I got a lot of respect for him. He's a really good coach. But it'd be great to go in there and steal one. We got all of our pitchers lined up. We played WAP on Monday. We kept Trey and Jackson available, so I'm not exactly sure yet. I got to go to the drawing board tonight and figure out how we want to go about that. But all arms are technically available to give us our best shot to beat Holly.
Is it a 7 and a 5 tomorrow?
2 7s. Yeah, when we play our conference games, they both count. They're both 7s. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
and they don't have lights, so that one's always like, dang it, we got to sneak them in there. So hopefully we have a well-played game and no darkness issues.
They do not have lights.
No lights.
Oh,
yeah,
wow. I did not know that.
Conference doubleheaders. Yeah, when you got they're 4 and a 6 o'clock start, but half the time that 4 o'clock start bleeds on, and the second one doesn't start till 7, and then you're in a rush and stuff. So
yep, and it's a 5-inning game
exactly
because of the darkness. But well, I appreciate you coming in, Coach, and spending some time with us there. BW, you got anything for Coach here today? Nothing. Okay, I appreciate you coming in, and good luck tomorrow up in Holly, and wish you well. And we'll see you again, I think, May 2nd when you play Perham. I think that's our next game with you guys.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
All right, Jack Heidemann, head coach of the Cowboys baseball squad. We appreciate him coming in, and thank him for coming in. And Andrew Lundsetter, the best baseball coach from Wahpeton, coming up next, right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
I'm Katie with First Community Credit Union, and we're here with Dakota Dirt Coffee.
We chose First Community Credit Union because, first and foremost, they're right in our community of Milton, North Dakota, and the convenience of that and being able to know the people that we're dealing with, that's something that we can't get anywhere else. I would say FCCU could be best described as a full-service financial institution that's offered and available in a local community.
Welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network, everybody, and welcome back to Giants Coaches Show, presented by Red River Communications and Red River Communications Cable Channel 28. I'm Joe Schreiner. He's Brian Watson over there, the man behind the curtain.
I would say that was an assist right there. That was well done.
Okay.
Now, if we can keep it like that, I'd be okay with that.
There you go.
Yeah? You got to step up to the plate all the time here.
He's got high expectations.
I know, he does.
I'm a coach. I'm
learning.
just saying.
That's right.
I got some high expectations.
I'm learning.
Yep.
All right, Joe Schreiner, Brian Watson, Three Borders Sports Network, Giants Coaches Show, and presented by Red River Communications, and we're joined now by Wahpeton Huskies head baseball coach, Andrew Lundsetter. Coach, thanks for coming in tonight.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
Beautiful night.
Yeah.
Good practice tonight?
Great practice today.
Yeah.
It was a great practice day.
You got to be outside and enjoy the weather.
I don't know why it always ends up being the beautiful days of the practice days.
Yeah,
We got to suffer through some 30-mile-an-hour winds on game days, but that's just how North Dakota is in the spring. So.
Yeah, that's the truth. But at least we're playing in April.
That's right.
Outside.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
At least we're outside.
This is, this week would have been, we were lucky to get out about this time the last couple of years.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we've been outside for a few weeks already. That feels pretty good.
That's a lot better. All right, Coach, let's go back. You had a nice win, the Twin Town border battle, the Wahpeton Breckenridge game. It was a long game. I hear almost 3 hours, and it was a 13-9 victory here for the Wahpeton Huskies, but it was kind of back and forth.
Yeah, it was kind of a marathon game. I thought, again, second start for Cooper Klosterman, I thought he did a really fantastic job again. We, for the most part, we made plays when we needed to. I think we gave them a couple early on. We made a couple mistakes, and again, we've seen that the field was pretty choppy, and that's that's how it is in the spring.
Yeah,
so,
that's just the way it is.
So we got down a little bit early, but I thought we did, and we made it. We had a couple of miscues on the bases and things like that too. But I thought the guys did a great job of staying engaged, and we didn't get down about the fact that we were behind a little bit early on, and we just kept digging and kept pushing away. And hats off to Vogelbacher. I mean, he
pitched well.
He pitched really well to start the game. We had a pretty good approach. We had the right plan, but we were having a hard time executing against him early on. And then after they took him out, then we kind of got to them a little bit. They struggled to throw strikes a little bit. We put guys on base and had some big hits. So
I did see on social media that Jaden King had a couple of doubles.
Jaden had back-to-back doubles to start, and he had 5 plate appearances and reached out 5 times. And of course, the last 2 times were intentional walks. But
yeah, that's what Jack said.
I told him when he came, when he got over to the third after the second one, I said, I would have walked you both times too.
And
there were situations where it was a tight game, and they had a chance. They could put him on for a force out and make the guy behind him hit and prove it. And in the last at bat, Cooper did that and was able to knock in a couple of guys, but. They did the thing I would have done, and you got to make somebody else beat it because Jaden's just really good.
Yep. Well said. And then again, a 13-9 victory for the Huskies.
Yes.
All right, so let's back up now to the last night, and you hosted Grand Forks Central, the Knights.
Yep.
I got to apologize to everybody too, and I set up the scoreboard for Ryan Steffens last night, and I put riders up there at the beginning, and I don't know what I was thinking there, B-Dub, but I made the snafu of all snafus, and I put riders up there, and of course Andrew comes up and tells me, "Hey Joe, it's or maybe it was Hunter." I don't remember.
It was Hunter. Hunter noticed it right away.
And then of course it was 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds later.
You
here
get a
comes
complaint?
the Central coach. And,
Yeah, I figured you'd get a complaint.
oh yeah,
That's almost like
it was,
that's-
especially when they were playing each other as.
Well, didn't you say I thought that's how you spelled Knights, Riders?
Wow, that's almost like Sue Bison area if you're gonna
for sure
make
I'm
a mistake
sure.
like that.
Yeah,
So
I goofed up.
yeah,
so I apologize.
let's not mix up the greens. Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm not going to go there.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
We're talking
All right.
to Andrew.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So a nice win for the Huskies last night. It was a 1-game victory. Jaden King comes out and shuts down Central right away. I had him for 15 strikeouts. I don't know what you
I
guys
think that's
did.
right. Yeah.
Holy cow, I was right there, B-Dub. I had 15.
Get something right. That's good.
I know it was 14 or 15. I thought we had him for 15 too, but I'd have to go back and check. But
yeah,
he had a heck of a game last night.
I mean, they were. I don't think they put, and we were talking about it during the broadcast too, Andrew. I think Jaden did not. They didn't even. The bat never touched the ball until about the 3rd inning. I think they couldn't even foul ball.
That's right. He pitched 6 innings. They put 3 balls in play.
Yeah.
And all 3 were weak contact. So,
right.
Jaden's just, if you had a chance to watch any of the Horace game, Jaden didn't pitch bad in that game.
Mm-hmm.
We had a couple of chances to make plays and didn't. And they did square the ball up a few times and hit him hard a couple times. And, you know, we've talked about it. If you've been around and you watch Jaden pitch in the spring, it always seems like it takes him a game or two before he really gets loosened up and warmed up and he's feeling good and he's throwing hard. And I told him last night before we started, I said, you know, you don't get another game warm-up, Jay. I'm like, we need you to bring it tonight. And, I mean, so if you were at the horse game and then you were there last night, he definitely looked a little different last night. He was bringing it. He had everything working, and they were having a hard time just catching up to the fastball for the first few innings. And when they did finally catch up just a little bit, and they were able to make some contact and hit the ball the other way, we started mixing in the other pitches, and then they really had a hard time. So when he's going good, he's as good as anybody in the state. It's been that way for several years now, and he's one of those guys that we say, you know, we're glad he's on our team. So.
Yeah, no kidding. He's fun to watch. All right, so let's talk about the offensive side of things too, Coach. It was a pretty good shot there that Miles Hinckley had in the second inning.
Yeah,
big lift too for the team at the time.
We missed Miles, not having Miles in those first couple of games. Miles is the difference maker for us, having that guy who can cover the center field position, and then offensively, we knew we were going to have him somewhere near the top of the lineup, and all he does is come back in his first 2 games, and he's got about 4 or 5 hits and scored 4 runs, and that was a shot last night that he hit.
It was well over the 372 mark.
I don't want to say it would have been no doubt a home run if the wind wasn't blowing in that direction, but it would have been darn close anyway.
I agree.
And Miles is a speedy guy, so even if it stayed in the park, it was definitely going to be a triple.
Oh, easy.
But I was really happy for him. If you didn't see his excitement rounding the bases, I think that was I came back to the dugout and I said, I think that's the quickest home run trot I've ever. Couldn't even call it a trot.
No,
it was really a home run sprint.
Yeah.
But you know, super excited for him, and the guys were pumped up, and I thought we all did a really nice job. We talked a lot before the game yesterday and the last couple of days about our approach at the plate offensively and what we're trying to do up there, and I think the guys are really starting to buy in. The thing I like about this group a lot is it's been a lot of information to take on, you know, pretty inexperienced at the varsity level, but they've been eating it up, and they're working really hard.
And we talked about that 2 weeks ago when you were here. I think we talked about how senior heavy you were last year. Yeah. So a lot of these guys either sat on the bench or played JV.
Right.
And so now their first varsity experience, with the exception of Jaden, you know, so it's a whole new game for these guys.
Yeah, and I mean, you're starting to see that now, you know, from the first couple of games to now these last couple of games. Some of those things that are coming into play, you know, they're picking up things really quickly. We still got some things that we have to do a little bit better. You know, it's a very detail-oriented game, and we're a little bit short on some of those things right now. But I still think, you know, in a few more weeks especially, we're going to look a lot more polished, and we're going to surprise some people. I really believe that.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, coming up here Friday, I think it is, you've got Cheyenne, correct? Up at Cheyenne.
Right now we're on for Friday for 2. The weather doesn't look great again, so we'll see how that goes.
There aren't any thoughts of moving up or going?
We had talked today about possibly playing tomorrow. Our JV was already headed that way tomorrow, but then there were some field availability issues. Some pitching issues on our end too, because we weren't expecting a game tomorrow. We were thinking we had one more day, so we'd like to go. We'd like to go back to Cooper, who started on Monday. That was the plan, and we wouldn't. And we're not short on pitching on a whole, but we're. It's a shorter list of guys that we'd like to start in that first game counter, and Skylar's one of those guys, but. You know, right now I hate to start my shortstop if I don't have to. And Braxton Pauly's got an arm injury he's dealing with, and we haven't had him.
I've heard that.
You know, and so we'd really love to keep our starters to Jaden and Cooper and Braxton, and of course we haven't had Braxton. So if we could, we had it lined up the way we wanted it, so that it wouldn't work out as well for us to play tomorrow if we didn't have to. So we're looking at probably Monday as a makeup day.
Okay.
If we can't go on Friday.
Yeah, the weather doesn't sound good for Thursday and Friday.
No, really all weekend, unfortunately. I don't know why it's got to be like that on our weekends, but...
Never fails, right?
No,
you can't get out on the golf course either.
No, can't do it.
All right, B-Dub, you got anything for Coach?
No, I'm good.
You're going to let him go?
Well, we'll let him off the hook.
All right. I appreciate you coming in.
Keep me off the hot seat anyway.
Yeah. Appreciate you coming in, Andrew, and spending some time with us again at
Absolutely.
Three Borders Sports Network. And again, good luck with Cheyenne on Friday.
All right, thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it. We got Michael McCall sitting out there. He's the track coach from Breckenridge, and we're going to talk to Michael next, right after these messages.
Interstate Engineering, our business is about connections. We connect people to water, communities to counties, and counties to the rest of the world. Our work connects main streets to interstates, and yesterday with the potential of tomorrow. With over 40 years of connecting, our experience and expertise are thanks to the clients we have earned, the trust we have built, and the connections we have made. Interstate Engineering, the professionals you need, the people you trust.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Comdell Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4-crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdellInnovation.com. Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
All right. Welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network, the Giants Coaches Show, presented by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. And we want to thank all of our sponsors, but we also want to thank Comdell Innovation, B-Dub, because they've got our Play of the Week tonight.
That's right. It's going to be a good one, too.
So hang on. After the show here, we'll have our Comdell Innovation Play of the Week brought to you by Comdell Innovation.
Yeah, it's a good one. Might have been from last night, but we'll wait.
Is that a hint?
A little bit.
Okay.
Teaser.
Well, you
teaser.
do these things, so
it's
I
a
don't
teaser in the business. They call it a teaser.
That's a teaser.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
you're the producer guy, so
I am.
I'll let you do
I
that.
am. I'm the mad producer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like that?
I do.
All right, we're
I
joined
do.
by Cowboys, actually the girls' head coach, Michael McCall. But tonight, Michael, I'm going to ask you to do double duty and fill in for Eric a little bit and talk a little bit about boys and girls track because you guys participate together and you're on the track at the same time. And then next show we'll have Eric on, and if he's available, and we'll go from there. But let's talk a little bit here. Let's go back. I know you were supposed to have a track meet over here in Wahpeton. Was it the KT Smith one?
The KT Smith, yep.
Yeah, and that was canceled, or canceled or postponed?
Canceled.
It was canceled.
Canceled,
It's not coming back.
No.
You're not going to do it again.
No. So we still have the Anderson Schuler to look forward to.
Okay. And you're doing that over here as well. Okay. And that was just cold weather that day too, wasn't it? Isn't that?
The wind chill was like 35. There was 20 to 30 mile an hour winds with 35 mile an hour wind gusts.
That's no fun.
So
not in track uniforms,
yeah,
and then
so
go out and try to high jump,
I think all
pole vault,
rec
and all
sports
that.
were canceled that
It
day.
might
or
have
postponed, so.
snowed that day.
It did a little bit.
Yeah.
There were some flurries.
It snowed a little bit. Yeah. It didn't stick, but it came down a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so then let's go forward then, and I think you had a track meet. Is it Barnesville?
Barnesville yesterday.
Yesterday. Yep. So that's. Weren't you at Perham too?
We were since last time we talked. We've been to Perham and then Barnesville.
Okay, you got some Perham stuff you want to talk about? There? How'd the teams do?
So I mean, just looking at the last two meets.
Sure.
Last time we talked, I'll start with the girls. Mariah Coltis had taken second in the first two meets and the high jump.
Yeah.
And now she's taken second in 4 meets in a row.
Oh, wow.
So, she hasn't gotten over that
So
hump.
let me ask you this question quick, if you can answer it. She's come in second 4 meets in a row. Is the person that's getting first, is it the same person?
It's not the same
It
person.
isn't, huh?
There is a Park Christian girl that's beat her a couple times. I think she jumped 5'4" at this last meet.
Okay.
Maybe it might have been 5'2", but she's pretty good. But
So what's
she's,
Mariah jumping then?
So she's jumped 410 each meet.
Okay.
I think she's had one miss all year. So like she gets to 410 with relative ease, and then that 5 foot, it's a lot different. So we're working on the technique and everything because she's getting over, but then she's kind of like kicking the bar or something like that. Like she's got the height, but it's just getting the legs.
Just getting the legs to follow
to
that.
come through and follow through with it. Yeah.
Okay, so you maybe didn't hear Jeff Ralph's interview, and Brian and I were talking to him about it too. Once you get, is that a mental block that she might have? It's, oh God, here I am at 5 feet again.
Yeah.
I mean, once she clears that 5 feet, do you think she's going to keep doing it?
I think so.
She has that ability,
yes,
I'm sure.
She definitely does, and it's a little bit with like Jacob Kunkel with the boys too. I mean, he's hit 6'4" before, and you watch him jump at like 6 foot 6'2". He's clearing it by 4, 5, 6 inches, but then he's like hitting it with his calf, or he's nicking it with his heel or something like that. And so, you know, Jacob himself admits that a lot of times, you know, sort of a mental block when you get to that height, and even like the first jump, Jacob says the jump that he's most nervous about is the first one at 5'6".
Oh, really?
So it's like his 5'6" jump's like the one he's most nervous about. But
let me ask you another, again, dumb question from the announcer
that's
guy.
fine.
Do you ever video them with your phone and say, here, come here and look, and this is where you're, do you do that?
So at the meets, we're usually, you know, we get that angle right along where we can see like exactly what's hitting the bar, where things are going wrong, and that's where we can see like they're getting the height, they're getting over it. It's just that
finish,
extra kick. Yeah, it's the finish there. So a lot of times that's their issue, and that's just comes with practice and doing that. You know, Mariah's only a freshman.
That's
so,
true. That is true.
She's got plenty of time to figure that out.
All right, so I diversed there. Sorry about that.
Also with the girls, the 4x2 is something that we, and the 4x1, but the 4x2 is something that we're really trying to work on. Right now we're sitting second in the section for 4x2, and that is Parker Yagi, Haley Hansen, Chastity Hansen, and Emily Gowan.
Yep.
And they're consistently taking first, second in meets for that. And we got a lot of good 200 runners. I mean, looking at the standings for the entire section, we have the 4th and 5th fastest 200 runners in the entire section so far this season. And all 4 of our girls are in the top 20, which no other team in the section has that.
Okay.
So, you know, we're at a time right now that we've kind of been at for the last 2 years, because it's the exact same 4x2 team we had last year. And so, like, we know that they can be faster, but it's like, where are we losing time? So we're really trying to work on those handoffs and getting those down, because we think that's kind of where we're losing that time.
So key.
You know, because a lot of the handoffs we have, like, you want to get that handoff while they're running at a decent speed. And a lot of times it's grab it while they're kind of jogging, and then they have to make up ground. So that's kind of what we've been working on, trying to make up a few of those seconds, because I think that's where we're losing it.
Yep, that's huge.
Because, you know, looking at the numbers that they're running in the 200 meters, like Emily Gowan and Haley Hansen are sitting at 4 and 5 in the entire section. And so we're like, where are we losing time? You know, why aren't we running this faster? And I think that they are going to get better, and I think that that's something that we're really looking forward to.
Good. Yep. Good deal.
And our 4x1 as well is sitting second in the section.
That's the same 4, isn't it? Same 4 girls?
It's Parker, Haley Hansen, and then Brenna Ruddy.
Oh, yeah.
And then Emily Gowan. So 3 of the same 4.
3 of the 4.
So, yeah, they're sitting second in the section, and we got some handoff stuff to figure out there, too, as well, because Brenda's new to it. This is her... She came out for track 2 years ago, but she never did relays or anything. So, and then to finish up with the girls, Elsie Lordson, actually. She came into the season with like a 78-foot discus PR, and Perham meet. She came out and threw 93 feet, and took first in the discus there. Yesterday she threw 87. So now she's consistently getting up into the high 80s and low 90s, and she's sitting 3rd, 4th in the section right now.
Good
so that's another one that, and she's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
So she's another one that we're looking forward to improving as the year goes on.
Awesome. What else you got there?
Well, I can move on to the boys.
Okay.
They actually took 4th overall yesterday in Barnesville.
Okay.
So they had a lot of good things going for them. They're doing pretty well all around. I already kind of talked about Jacob. He's taking first, second at most meets. He took second yesterday. With 6 foot, I believe. His best of the year is 6'2".
Okay.
Troy Burnt, he's running the 2 mile, the 3,200 for us. He took first, I think earlier in the season, and he's been consistently placing sort of top 3, top 4. And he's, I mean, he came in with a PR of 11:39, and then he ran 11:38, and then 11:36, and he ran 11:44 at this last meet, but it was a little colder yesterday once the sun set, because that 3,200 is the second to last event, so the sun kind of gets low and it gets a little cold sometimes. But it sounds like tomorrow should be pretty nice, and it sounds like next Tuesday we're over in Wahpeton for their meet, and it sounds like that should be up into the 70s next Tuesday.
Yeah,
so.
That's awesome.
David Erlinson, pole vaulting, he's consistently placing inside the top 4. He's jumped 10
and
feet
that's a new
this year.
event for him too, isn't it?
And he started it last year, and they didn't really jump until midway late in the year because they were just kind of getting it down. They were starting it. And so David cleared 9 feet last year. He's already up to 10 feet this year.
For
and
him.
I think he was out there practicing it for about an hour today, maybe even longer. So he's he's really taking that one seriously and trying to improve there.
It was a nice day to do pole vaulting.
It was.
For sure.
There wasn't much wind today. It was pretty nice.
Yeah.
I said that I wish we could do track meets on Wednesdays because it seems like Wednesdays are our nicest days.
Well, there was a golf
every week.
They had a golf meet today. Why couldn't they do track?
Yeah,
that's a good question.
It might have been a postponement. I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been.
Because last week Wednesday was really nice, but Tuesday and Thursday we couldn't get the meets in.
And tomorrow you're going where?
Holly.
Holly tomorrow. So you're going to Holly tomorrow. The baseball team's going to Holly.
Yeah, sometimes last year that happened a lot. We were kind of going to the same
same direction at the same time, huh?
And then I guess to close out the boys, the throwers are doing really well.
Oh, sure. We got to talk about those guys.
Yeah. Bailey Evans, who I think I said last time just started throwing. He threw 36 at his first meet, and 38, then 40 in Perham. He threw 43 yesterday.
Wow.
So he's
coming around.
He's sitting at second in the section right now.
Unbelievable.
In the shot put. And Eli Butts also PR'd yesterday, throwing over 40 feet. Brian Martinez is sitting there right around the 39 mark. And then in the discus, Brian and Eli are both sitting right around 114. Eli PR'ing yesterday with a 114, and they both placed in the discus, and Eli and Bailey placed in the shot. So
very cool. Yeah, we couldn't forget the throwers. Sorry about that.
Just had to get that one in there.
No, yeah, absolutely. You got to do that. Anything else there you want to ask?
I don't really think so, unless you got any questions.
Yeah, I was going to say, now my mind went blank. That was dumb. So Tuesday you're over here at NDSCS for the Wahpeton home meet.
Yep.
And we will have that. I think B-Dub, we're going to have that one on 3 borders, aren't we?
We will have that track meet. Yes, we have 2 track meets lined up for this year, and that will be the first one.
That will be the first one.
Yep.
Yeah. I know what I was going to ask. So my train of thought there was, unlike the North Dakota side, where the girls, I know Larry's got some girls that have already qualified for state. In the Minnesota side, you can't qualify for state until you place in a section, correct?
Yeah, so
whatever you're doing, if you're doing the 4x2 or you're doing a shot or.
So how it works is, you have all your meets and, you get points, you get your times and all that stuff, but it doesn't really matter until subsections. So subsections our sections split up into 2 subsections.
North, south?
Kind of.
Okay.
Mostly, yeah. So it's 2 subsections, and they take the top 6 from each section, and then the next 4 fastest fastest times or farthest throws, or farthest distances.
Next 4 period.
So it's 16 that move on to sections.
Okay.
And then once you're in sections, it's top 2 go to state.
So there isn't a subsection meet.
There is, yeah.
There is a subsection.
Yeah. So our subsection meet, I believe, is in Pelican Rapids.
Okay.
And then our section meet is in Pillager.
Okay.
So you have to qualify for sections at subsections.
All right.
And then at sections, you qualify for state. So you have to be top 2 at sections or hit a qualifying distance or height or time.
Oh, so there they will take a qualifying distance
yes,
or time.
but you have to do it at that meet.
Wow.
So like Jacob Kunkel, for example, he was 3rd place. He tied for 2nd, but he hit the qualifying height. So he went to state last year for the high jump, jumping over 6'2" was the qualifying height last year. It was 6'1" the year before. I don't think they've come out with those numbers yet, this year, but it's just based off of the past years,
Okay.
like section winners and stuff like that. So it's kind of a tough path.
It's different.
You got to be good in those 2 meets.
Yep.
Those are the 2 that matter the most.
All right. Well, we're going to be looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday over here at the Owen and D. Jensen Track and Field, and we'll see the Cowboys and the Cowgirls over there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's Michael McCall. He's head coach of the girls squad on the track side, and Eric Erlinson is the head boys coach over in Breckenridge. And we'll talk to them again soon, I'm sure, and we'll see them on Tuesday over in Wapaton. All right, Michael, thanks for coming in. We got Larry Lash. We're going to talk some more track right after this on Three Borders Sports Network.
1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987. Founded in 1972, Mindak Farmers Cooperative is owned by nearly 500 sugar beet growers and has a rich history of sweetening life in the Red River Valley. Join Mindak's team today. In addition to an excellent pay and benefits package, they are currently offering a $2,000 sign-on bonus for all full-time positions, which includes sugar loader, packager helper, extra gang, and yard person helper. Entry level starting at $19.78 per hour, plus a $3 per hour shift differential. Apply online at mdf.coop/careers or contact Zane 701-671-7777.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain Hefty Seed never changes. Red River Grain Hefty Seed works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain Hefty Seed has been saving farmers money for years. For all your grain and agronomy needs, stop in or call the friendly staff at 643-3738 or visit them online at redrivergrain.com.
Here at the Amanda Frederick State Farm Agency, we do our best to make insurance a little less insurance-y for you. Hi, this is Amanda, your local State Farm agent. You've probably seen our team out and about volunteering in the community, participating in local events, and just doing our all-around best to support and encourage a healthy, vibrant community. Stop into our office sometime and find out why we've been consistently voted best insurance agency in the Valley and why State Farm has been a trusted household name in insurance for 100 years. We hope to meet you soon.
At OSPTI, our focus is on each individual's therapy needs, whether it be for speech, occupational, or physical therapy services. I'm Becky, a physical therapist at OSPTI, and I love being able to provide that personal care to each person that we see with clinics in Breckenridge, Hankinson, and Fergus Falls. You don't have to travel very far from home. From infants to athletes to adults, you can request OSPTI to meet your therapy goals.
Any bank can tell you they have a rock-solid commitment to agriculture. Bell can prove it. To this day, every Bell Bank branch is partially built with rocks we've picked from our founder's farm. But our roots in ag have grown more than a few offices. They've shaped who we are and formed our entire approach to banking. Let us prove it to you as you grow your farm and prepare your legacy for the next generation. Bell Bank, committed.
I might have made a mistake there.
See, now I can't tell what buttons he's pushing from over here. I thought he was pushing the music button.
I was
but
pushing
then he
the
went
music
over
button.
to do another button.
And I have no notes, so unlike Michael McCall, we're just going to...
We're winging it.
We're just going to flow.
Well, I was in the tractor till 5:30, almost 5 o'clock today, so
Is that your Corvette outside?
Huh?
Is that your Corvette?
Yeah, it is. See?
It's not.
What? You can't say that it's not yours.
It's mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did you drive here in that Corvette? That's mine. Oh, I'll put that. Nice car.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
Everybody gives me about my car, but hey, I don't have a Corvette. I can tell you that right now.
Well, I retired, and it's not.
I'm just saying.
It's not from the income we get off of Three Borders.
Well, we
Sports.
know that. You wouldn't be driving a Corvette. That's,
No,
for,
that's for
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my next
You're
interview
driving
with
a
you
Yugo.
live from the front seat of the Corvette.
Yeah, we could do that.
We could work that out.
We'll figure out something.
Yeah, we might. I
Got
don't know.
some other things in mind too.
What's that TV show where they're doing karaoke in the cab?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
we could race. I mean, I think my car would hold up pretty good. I know you got. I know you got fast 6.2 engine, but I'm just telling you, my car is sneaky fast.
Sneaky.
Yo,
You got a sleeper? What you're saying?
I do. I'm just saying. We could give it a go.
Welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network, everybody, and the Giants Coaches Show, and presented by Red River Communications. We'll change the subject and talk about Wahpeton track here with Larry Lash, and appreciate everything that you've done, Larry, and coming in last call tonight. So appreciate you coming in on the late call.
Well, we can keep doing car talk. You might like that
we
too.
could. We could. Maybe that's an idea for another show.
We could have a car segment. We could have a car show. I guess. I don't know. I mean, we could do something. So we could give a tour. We could give a tour of the Corvette. I guess that we could start the show off like that.
Okay.
Almost like Letterman. We go outside and do that.
Good.
Maybe.
Maybe
We'll
Larry
see.
would bring one of his school buses that he drives, and
That's right.
Bring
That's
that
right.
There
back
you
to
go.
River.
He used to have a Nova in his driveway.
The Nova.
Yeah.
The Nova, yes.
Yeah. The
What year was
Nova.
that?
78 Nova.
Nice.
See, now we are talking
Now
cars.
we are.
Now we are.
I used to have a 68 Chevelle at one time too.
Oh, and you got rid of that?
Well, I had to.
I had a
couldn't-
68 Impala once.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got some fast kids in the track, though, if you want to segue in the track.
Yeah, let's talk about segue into the track and the fast kids on the track. So let's do that, Larry. Saturday you were up in Fargo, so you had a meet up there.
Right.
I don't know if you want to talk about that or more talk about the Lisbon meet on Monday.
Well, they were both good, so we'll hit the highlights of both. The Fargo meet was an elite meet, they called it.
So explain
And it was they sent out an invite to any school that wanted to attend.
Okay.
And they got about 60 responses. There was close to 60 schools there.
Wow.
And they took the top 24 kids in the individual events and the top 16 relay teams.
Okay.
And we were able to get 18 kids up there.
Wow.
So that was
So
exciting.
first of all, you applied, and
Right.
then they start picking and choosing.
Yep. They send you the list of
tops.
who got in, and then they give you a day if you want to scratch somebody, so then they can go down the list and say, okay.
Oh, I see.
So actually, we had some kids that I didn't think would get in
Who
because
hosted that?
NDSU.
At NDSU. Okay.
Right, yeah. So we had some kids that were sitting outside of that top 24, but when the entries came in, they were in the top 24.
They
so,
slipped in, yeah.
So like two of my girls on Lucy Comstock and Gracie Falk were sitting outside that when they came in, but they were like ranked 18th and 19th coming.
Okay.
And they ran their best mile times all year because every kid in the race was good.
Yeah.
So you kind of just get pulled along in the jet stream.
Exactly, and we've talked about that many times in your cross-country visits. So we talk about how the competition makes you better. Yeah.
And Jada Fobb won the 400 at that race.
Good for her.
Yeah, and that was exciting. That's her home track next year. She's an
Yep.
NDSU commit,
Yep.
so
Yep.
so she was pretty pumped up about that.
bet.
Unfortunately,
I bet.
the 400 meter overlapped with her high jumping.
Oh,
And she just got where she wanted to be. She had cleared 410, next jump 5 feet. Well, then she got pulled away to go run, and jelly legs when you come back after running a 60-second 400.
Yeah.
And Scout Woods.
Yeah.
She broke her own school record in the shot put and took
This is
first
on
place.
Saturday now, not
On Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, Scout every time she throws, she breaks a record.
I was just going to
So
say,
we got to
I
keep
think
them straight.
Something happened on Monday too,
Yeah,
didn't it?
yeah,
for her? But-
she's a record breaker this year.
Yep.
So she broke the school record in the shot put. I think it was 42 feet 8.5 inches. And what was cool about the NDSU meet is the discus and the shot put and javelin were all on the infield.
Okay.
So like I don't normally get to see Scout throw much because I'm always on the track or over at the pole vault long jump area.
Right, right.
And she's off where they're throwing the shot put.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that throw, and I thought, just to see her get in the ring, and everybody's doing their throw, and then she gets in there, and it sailed. It was like a little kid throwing a softball.
Wow.
Where she was like just. And it was so smooth. It was
Effortless,
so smooth.
is that the word we're looking for?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, a good golf swing, they say you don't have to swing hard.
Yeah.
And it didn't look like she was throwing hard, but the thing just stayed in the air forever. So a really nice throw. And she won a discus.
Yeah.
So double winner there. So it was a good meet for her. And our girls 4x1 relay team and 4x2 and 4x4, all three relay teams placed at that meet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that
That's
was
an elite track
right,
meet like
yep.
that. That's pretty cool.
And JD Gomez got a place in the 300 meter hurdles.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah, Bob Hockert placed in the high jump as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a good meet for our kids.
Good. What's Bob jumping height-wise?
He went 5'8" at that meet.
Okay.
Or maybe, did he go 5'10"? 5'8" or 5'10", but
okay.
Good jump for him. Yeah,
Good.
tied
It
his
is
best
good
jump
for him.
ever.
Yeah, good for him. And good for JD as well, too. That's pretty
Right,
cool.
yeah, I think he placed 6th, and he wasn't even in the fast heat. So he just ran a really good race.
Good for him.
Yeah.
All right, so anything else up to the elite, or do you want to move
No,
to
that was
Monday?
a good meet for us, but we'll move to Lisbon.
All right,
which
let's
was
talk about Lisbon.
Oh, it was our first day. We had temperatures above 60.
Yeah.
It was a little breezy, but temps were nice, and our kids responded well to the nicer weather. Our girls won the meet.
Yep,
which
I saw that.
I kind of
Congratulations.
expected that we had the talent, and what's nice this year is we have kids in every single event that can do well except for just a couple. So we got everything covered: distance races, throws, hurdles, sprints. We have somebody on the track competing in all those races. And maybe a nice surprise was our boys placing second. Because like the girls have Scout, she just and Jada, and you just know with those guys you're going to get
some points.
You're going to get some points.
Yep.
And the boys only had one win on the night. It was Trayton Mount in the long jump, but they picked up just a whole bushel basket full of seconds and thirds and fourths, and a lot of kids really stepped up.
Sure.
Like JD Gomez and Trayton Mount. Trayton decided to run the 300-meter hurdles, and JD I think placed second. Trayton placed third.
Wow.
And then, like I say, Trayton won the long jump, and then Jackson and Trayton placed like second and third in the 200. And they both placed in the 100. Noah Berge placed in the mile and the 800. And our boys 4x4 team placed second, and our 4x1 everybody was just picking up points and places.
Yeah,
and
scoring points.
They all started adding up, and we looked at the results at the end, and the boys got second. So
Second
that was
overall.
really good for them.
That's pretty good. So congratulations to them. And again, the girls did all right in Lisbon. Everything.
They did, yeah, and that's where Scout threw the discus. Well, she won the shot put again.
Yeah.
She didn't get a new school record, but then she threw the discus, and she put that out, I think, 133 feet, which is a new school record from about almost exactly a year ago. So she gets on the bus. I'm looking at the meet records, and I'm like, Scout, how far did you throw the shot put? Because the meet record was like 43 feet or something. And she goes, I didn't get that. She goes, but I beat my got my personal best in the discus. So I'm like, well, good for you. But how was your shot put? And I didn't even think that. Oh, wait, that's her school record. It's like, all right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that was cool. Our girls 4x1. Taylor Mount couldn't run this meet because she had just a little injury from the meet on Saturday. So I just put her on the sideline just because she's so talented. I need her healthy. 80% isn't good. You don't need to be 100%.
Yep.
So we substituted Hayden Matichek into our 4x1 relay, and Hayden's another 8th grader.
Okay.
So Taylor's an 8th grader, and Lucy Comstock and Gracie Falk, and now we got Hayden Matichek, another 8th grader. And we put in Hayden and Jada and Leah DeVries and Hallie Miller, and they qualified their 4x1 for the state track meet.
Wow.
So that was really nice for them. I looked today, and they're ranked like the 6th best time in the state at this point in the season.
That's awesome.
4x1. So that was exciting, I think, for Hayden and then all the girls knowing that, hey, we have another kid that we can plug into these relays. If somebody goes down, that we're all right.
Yep. Somebody tweaks. Yep.
So those girls, they won that race, and then the same 3 we took out. Who do we take out? Hallie Miller, and we put in Gracie Falk in the 4x4, and they're getting close to qualifying that. And they all need to average a 64-second split, and we were 4 seconds off. Okay. So we can drop it. Jada Fobb anchored. She ran a girl down from Edgley Cullum, who had about a 20-meter lead. And Jada's best time in the open is like a minute.
Yeah.
And her goal is to get sub 60. Well, her relay split was like a 59.7.
It was.
And she ran that girl down. She caught her just right on. So that was exciting.
Yep.
Jada was pretty almost like, she knows she has talent, but I think even she was surprised she ran sub 60 on April 22nd, goal, and not May 22nd. So she was pretty jacked up.
Good for her. Good for her. It's going to be fun to watch them on Tuesday. We'll talk about that in a minute. But you had a little bit of a change in schedule here, and you were supposed to go to Shanley?
Yeah, Shanley is hosting a meet on Friday, weather permitting, and they sent out an email saying they might switch the date because of the weather.
Yep.
So I went and I found a meet on Thursday in Oaks.
Oaks, North Dakota.
Yeah, so we're dropping to Shanley on Friday, and they can do what they want with it now. And Oaks said they would take us, so So that'll be good.
Other than a little breezy tomorrow, it looks
Supposed
like a
to be
nice
breezy,
day.
but 70-some degrees.
Yeah.
And when's it not breezy in North Dakota? You know, so what the heck.
Yeah, not a big deal. So that's pretty cool. And then Tuesday, before we come back here to the Coaches Show, Tuesday you've got your home meet.
Yeah, the
First one of the year.
OG D. Jensen Kiwanis meet at the science school and track.
How many teams are you looking for?
Right now we have 11 teams coming.
Okay.
So it should be a nice meet. West Fargo, Fargo South, and then some of the local Richland County teams.
Okay.
Will be around here. Richland 44 and Lisbon and Oaks is going to come to that one. Hankinson.
The usual suspects,
Yep,
I
usual
think.
suspects.
Same ones you had before, I think, last
Right.
year.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Morris used to come to it, but they didn't. They didn't
Oh, yeah,
sign
that's
up for
right.
it.
There was
Yeah.
Morris there last
Yep.
year.
Does Breck running that?
And Breck will be here. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So Fergus Falls, Hillcrest, they were thinking of coming. Then I'm not sure anymore. But 11 teams right now. So.
Okay. All right. And that's on Tuesday, and you said that throwing events, field events
Yep,
start at
1:30 field events,
1:30?
3 o'clock running events. Oh, Mayport's coming. And so
Mayport.
and from way up north, my hometown, Drayton.
Oh, look at there.
Yeah, they're going to come on down. They just like to see a little bit different competition than they're up in Pembina County, and they
Yeah.
see a lot of the same teams meet in and meet out. And
Yeah. That's home, huh?
yeah,
Drayton is home.
Yep, Northern Valley.
All right.
You know, I should mention at that Lisbon meet, not to overlook, I mentioned our 8th graders, Lucy Comstock, another 8th grader.
Yeah.
She won the mile, and then I convinced her to run 8 laps around the track, and she ran a 2 mile. And she ended up winning that too.
Really? She won the mile and
the
2
2 mile.
mile.
Yeah, her and Scout were both the double winners at that track meet.
Wow. So, and Lucy's pretty young, isn't she?
Just an 8th grader.
Yeah.
And Gracie placed right behind her in the mile, got second. Gracie Falk, and she got third in the 800. So, like I said, 8th graders are really coming through on the track
That's
team.
awesome. That's awesome. We know names to look for.
Another 8th grader, Claire Wood, Scout's little
Yeah.
sister. She got second in shot put.
Yeah, I saw that that was on social media too. Got some youngsters to look forward to on Tuesday, B-Dub.
It should be good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Oh,
it.
and Holly Miller won the long jump.
Good for her.
I know some of those names.
Yeah.
I was going to say, every name I'm mentioning for the girls' team is a basketball player.
They're all basketball players.
They're all
Hayden, Gracie,
They're all
Hallie.
athletes.
Yeah. They're young too.
And they can play pretty fast in the basketball court.
Yes, they can. Yes, they
They
can.
like to get up and down. Sometimes they almost play better fast because they don't think.
Yeah.
They just.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're looking forward to it.
Yeah, he's rubbing his hands. All right. All right. We're looking forward to it too, and we'll be there on Tuesday again. We'll probably be on the air, Brian, around 3 o'clock, won't we?
Yeah, the meet starts at the field events start at 1:30.
1:30, yeah.
Running events start at 3, and we'll get going at 3 with the running events.
Yep. Anything else there, Coach?
Looking forward to that race between the BMW and the Corvette.
That's the first I've
It's
heard
not a
of it there.
BMW. Come on now, let's not.
It's not.
It's an Audi. Yeah, yeah. I traded in the BMW. It's all
Yeah,
right.
you had a BMW.
I started with car talk. We'll end with car talk.
Yeah, I guess so.
there you go.
It is. Yeah.
All right,
Oh, well.
Larry Lash, again, good luck tomorrow in
Thank you.
Oaks, North Dakota, and then Tuesday over here in your home meet, first
Right.
one of the year, and we'll be there with Three Borders Sports Network on Tuesday, and we'll cover that one for you there, so we'll see you there, Larry.
Thank you.
Good luck to you and the kids. All right, Larry Lash, head coach of the boys and girls track teams in Wahpeton, and Brian and I will be back to sum this up, and we'll have our Comdale Innovation Play of the Week coming up right after this.
In Wahpeton, talk to Rick Steckler.
Your business depends on technology. Digital Guru provides professional IT solutions you can trust to keep it moving forward. From redesigning existing systems to brand new builds, we offer your business managed IT services, including backups, cybersecurity, cloud services, remote desk support, and more. And don't forget, we also provide audio, video, security camera, and door access control installation. Focus on what you do best and leave the technology to the professionals. Contact Digital Guru today.
Your athlete suffering from an ankle sprain or a hit to the head, Did you know that a chiropractic adjustment can decrease ankle swelling by half and get your athlete back to their sport quicker? Or dizziness, brain fog can come from a neck subluxation. With 20 years of chiropractic experience, Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic knows personally how chiropractic adjustments can get you back to playing your sport in no time. Request an appointment online at hornsteinfamilychiropractic.com or call 701-672-1300.
Sometimes it's tough being a dad. Kids grow up fast. Hey, girls. Oh, love it.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Is he serious?
Don't even want me around anymore. You know when I first started noticing it? When I stopped getting hugs. Hugs mean a lot to a dad. So, with Command IQ, I found a way to get the hugs back. Watch.
Dad, the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh, let me see if I can fix it.
It's back. Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
With Command IQ, you can bring the hugs back.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, brought to you by and presented by Red River Communications and Red River Communications Cable Channel 28, our own Three Borders Sports cable channel, Channel 28.
How about that?
So we are somebody.
Well, I mean, locally we are.
Locally.
I mean, not nationally, but I mean, locally we are. I think
when we get to that
people
point
like
where
us.
we're Dan Patrick and all of his crew, then
Yeah.
maybe we'll get the shout out.
Maybe one day.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, again, welcome back, everybody. I'm Joe Schreiner. He's Brian Watson. We're going to wrap this show up here and just kind of talk about what's been going on and move on to next week. Next week, we got a track meet.
We're busy. Well, we have softball tomorrow.
There you go.
So that's a
softball.
doubleheader. BW Storm taking on Hawley.
First softball game of the year for us.
First softball game for us, and I guess Holly's pretty good. I think they're ranked in the top 10, like
That's what I
6
heard.
or something like that. So we'll see if they can pull it off. That's just a natural rivalry with all sports, though. Well, Breckenridge wise, it's a natural rivalry, but hey, it is what it is.
Yep.
So it should be a good one.
Should be a good one. Again, we'll have that one. I think first pitch on game 1 is 4 p.m.
4 o'clock.
So we'll probably be on the air with our pregame show around 3:45. And Coach Dodge unable to make it tonight. He had some other plans going on tonight and unable to make it. And I got a quick talk about Amanda Lundsetter sent me a text message, Brian. So fill some airtime.
She's not here, so now she's going to send stuff in.
She sent me a text message and said, "Please mention Brenna Erdman win at singles at 1 and doubles at 1 with Carmen Burnvey last night against West Fargo Horace, though along with many JV wins, so not a bad start to the season."
That's pretty good because they hadn't had a match yet, right?
No.
Yeah, because for weather, so that's a good start for them.
Yeah, congratulations to the Huskies girls tennis squad, and thanks Amanda for the text message. All right,
We
had a
charge her.
baseball-
Can we charge her for that? Sending stuff in like that? Can we just?
We should.
All right, we will.
Or
Hopefully
I
she's
get paid
watching.
extra.
You get double of what you get, which is 0.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right, we had a baseball game last night.
Yeah, we did.
And our
pretty good
Comdale
game.
Innovation Play of the Week might have come from that game.
You would be correct, sir. Are we to that point right now?
Unless you got something else you want to talk about.
No, we're done. We talked about the schedule, so we're not coming back. Then we're just going to end on this. Then is that right?
That's correct.
All right, I'm good with that. Just so, I'm the producer, so just you need to let me know what's happening here. So normally we run it and then we take a break and then we come back. But I'm good with being done.
All right.
So because you don't have to talk to me about games, so that's all right. No. So all right.
Yeah, we have nothing to talk to you about.
Correct. No, we don't. Okay. Unless we start talking about racing cars again, but that's okay. I don't know. It is what it is.
All right, Brian Watson, I'm Joe Schreiner. This was the Giants Coaches Show presented by Red River Communications. And now, here for your viewing pleasure, the Comdale Innovation Play of the Week from last night. Pretty good deal.
So a longtime American Legion member here in Wahpeton was Bill Peschel here today as well in attendance, watching the game here at John Randall Field. Hinckley swings into that one. That's in the gap. That is way in the gap, and the wind's blowing it out of here. And a home run for Miles Hinckley over left center field wall, 370-plus feet.
Hit that in the right spot, just right over the wall, right over the 372 mark, and got a little bit of help, we'll say, from the wind, but that ball was gone.